Welcome to the VOD Squad, the show about streaming technology and using that technology to get entertainment to you. I'm Matt, and I'm hosting the show this week, and I'm joined by Mike.
Hello.
And Jimmy.
Hey, Matt.
And Clyde.
Oh, me?
Yeah, that's you. I know. You're not used to that. I know.
I'm not used to being introduced.
Yeah, it's you guys, where are you? You're not in your homes.
We're in the desert.
Well, it's funny that you guys both have a very similar painting in the background there, I have to say. That will warp some people's minds, just so you
know. Don't cross the streams. Don't cross the streams.
How are you guys doing? How was your trip? You guys are out at CES.
Can I reach up to Jimmy?
Oh,
no.
Hey, Matt.
Reach down to...
Wait, hold your hand still. There you go.
It's very creepy. All right. Hey, how was your guys' trip out to CES? Are you guys enjoying the big city?
It's Vegas.
It's Vegas, yeah. Isn't that necessarily a kind of an okay thing? Because they have all the entertainment in the world.
It's an okay thing if you like Vegas,
right? No, you don't like you guys. You guys are giving me the sign that you really are not enjoying your trip out there. But this is not convincing me to come out in one of these years where I have time available. You know that, right?
We've decided that we can't stand to spend this much time together, and we're not doing it again.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
No more. No, I mean, the Vegas itself is not a place that I particularly love to come. I've been here, and that's, for me, once or twice is plenty.
Oh, okay.
But CES is fun, and I enjoy CES. So.
You guys have been on the show floor?
Yes.
Yeah, we worked our way through the sands yesterday, both floors. Then we worked through part of the first wing at the main show today. Got to go back, and it's a 4-day. If you want to hit almost everything, it's a 4-day slog, and you'll still miss stuff. So
yeah.
Oh well, that's no fun. Oh, did you guys do anything fun while you were out there then?
Eat.
Yeah. I mean, we enjoyed CES and we ate some good food.
Okay.
So far, more to come. Just keep an eye on the CES food channel and Discord.
Oh,
and that's where all the fun happens.
Oh, okay. How about you, Jimmy? Anything interesting going on in your neck of the woods?
Well, yeah, the big event for me was last Thursday. I walked my daughter down the aisle.
Ooh, congratulations.
Yeah. So she is married now. The ceremony was great on Thursday. I think I posted to you guys the trailer. We had videographers and photographers and all that jazz, there at the wedding. And so I posted the trailer to you guys.
So will I be able to go see Jimmy's daughter, the wedding, in a theater near me? Or is it more of an art house thing?
You might be able to see it on Discord, yes.
Nice.
But apart from that, I don't think you'll see anything beyond it. But yeah, the ceremony was great. Both my wife and daughter were very happy with the ceremony.
Cool.
I even stood up and gave a sappy speech, all that kind of thing.
That's what you're supposed to do, right?
Yeah.
Excellent. All right. Should we probably get into the week's news?
Let's get to it.
Okay. Now, I guess I will go ahead and attempt to read the news as well. If I mess something up, my brain is split between three things this time, so I apologize. Disney Plus is this amazing new service that everybody's been enjoying, and one of the things they've been enjoying about it the most is that they have been able to get all those great Disney films available to them at all the time. Until recently, some people have noticed that, some of those films are no longer available. It looks like it looks like a couple of films in particular, like I've noticed were ones like Pirates of the Caribbean on Stranger Tides and the old original Dr. Dolittle and a couple other movies have disappeared. Apparently it's due to legacy deals.
On Disney Plus?
Yep, these are shows that actually launched with the service and were available, and due to some type of licensing deals, they've returned back to other services. And Disney Plus literally lost them off of Disney Plus.
These are movies that Disney technically owns.
Correct, but remember,
Okay.
these.
I just want to make sure they weren't like licensing someone else's work.
No, these are their own work, but apparently there's these very like decades old deals that sometimes involve where, okay, we're going to release these movies, but then we want these other ones to come in, and that's what we're seeing here. So,
So as Drew points out, those movies were only there to bait you into signing up, and now they're done. But they have your 3-year subscription, so.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, that's a nice little bit of inception you got going on there.
I'm messing something up. I am messing something up. All right, we're going to go back to this. Sorry about that, guys.
But I mean, ultimately, Disney Plus only needs one thing to justify its existence in your home, and that's Baby Yoda.
Honestly, I could do without the Baby Yoda.
Yeah, that's because you're broken.
I want more stormtroopers out in the desert, just being bored.
Yeah, this is true. The Mandalorian overall is an excellent show. Really enjoyed it, and I feel like if there's even one more show like that in the next year or two, then I'm okay with what I've already paid for it. But we have watched Dumbo using Disney Plus.
Okay.
The new live action one. That was very good. We enjoyed that. And I watched the first episode of World According to Jeff Goldblum. And I enjoyed that. I'm hoping it gets a little more relaxed. My thing about it is the first episode, Jeff Goldblum was being Jeff Goldblum times 2.
Right.
That's the whole series.
And if I'm hoping that he kind of just becomes more like a natural Jeff Goldblum instead of like over exaggerating the Goldblumness of it.
That is natural. Anytime you've seen him not being like that, that's him acting. I'm acting like a normal person, and it still comes off as like really weird. Exactly.
Well, I mean, Jeff Goldblum's always been that way, right? I mean, he's always had that kind of laconic type humor, right?
Yeah. And like I said, the only difference here is that compared to his movies and stuff, this is him a little bit more that way. And but I enjoyed it. I thought it was very interesting. It was about sneakers, and there was some interesting stuff in it. I will definitely try a few more episodes, and there's lots of other stuff that will be coming out soon, like Loki and some of the Marvel stuff that's not released yet, and more Star Wars content. So
and Obi-Wan, which is the one that I'm looking forward to.
That's exactly right. The Obi-Wan the show, and so
we're gonna have Obi-Wan versus Picard.
Yes.
No, unfortunately, probably not unless Picard lasts several years. Because isn't Obi-Wan like 2 years off before we'll get it?
It's like the fall of this year.
Really, that soon? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, then that's actually good for them. I'm happy to it. Yeah, and as far as that Jeff Goldblum show, I did watch a few of it, and there's a point in the ice cream one that just turned me off. So, but then you get past that and it's fine. But just be aware if you haven't seen that, you just muscle through.
I'm all caught up. Yeah.
Muscle through it.
It's
You
been
can.
okay.
You'll be fine.
It's been okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that stuff is awesome.
Well,
Hey,
I mean, that's something though, right? Like multiple of us have seen multiple episodes of that show. So there's more than just Mandalorian on there, more than just the movies. And honestly, I mean, if you want to watch Home Alone 1, wait 30 more minutes and it'll be on some sort of cable or streaming service for free. So
Yes.
like the most aired movie ever, I think.
Okay. Well. All right. Well, we're going to move on. Next story is LG's announcement is for a bunch of new TVs at CES this year. Looks like that they've got 8 new displays available for you to see. There were a couple of stories of different announcements for TVs. I basically picked this LG one because it's kind of a, it's a good example of a lot of the new technologies you're seeing out there, from the very thin bezels to these giant true 8K displays, or real 8K is what they're saying, which it beats the 8K spec that's been set before the different bodies. These brand new TVs come out every year for these kind of things, and I'm just curious if you guys had the chance to see any of these new LG Nano cells or any of the other of the other televisions out there, and if you see anything that basically it stood out to you guys. I was wondering if you saw anything like that.
We haven't made it to the LG booth yet.
Yeah.
Okay.
We went through Sony, started in TCL, and we were at TCL when I realized, crap, there's a time change. We need to leave now.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So we'll be catching those two tomorrow. We did kind of peek our heads into the LG booth on the outside where they're showing the flexible screens like they do every year. So we saw that for a minute. Looks pretty comparable, but I don't know.
So nothing stood out to you as amazing. You had to go, this is the future of TV today.
Not from LG yet.
Okay.
We had a couple. Where was it that had the 100 or it was like the 100 and 102 inch 8? Was that Sharp?
I think. Well, Sharp had, or Panasonic. No, Sharp.
Panasonic doesn't do TVs anymore.
Sharp.
Yeah, they do displays for commerce, but I think it might have been Sharp, but Sony had some stuff that was okay. Samsung was their normal Samsunginess, but we'll talk all about that after this.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds good. I was hoping to hear that, yes, this is the future. We are all going to want roll-up displays that roll up into our ceilings, as I understand that's a new thing from LG this year.
I already want that. We established that last year when they had the roll-up screen that came out of the cabinet.
Right.
And I said, the only thing that would make it better is if it came down out of the ceiling.
Well, I'm glad they listened to you, Clyde.
Yeah.
All right. So here's an interesting one that came from CES. There's a lot of weird little gadgets that come out during the CES this year. And this year, Kohler, the faucet company, they've come out with a new idea for you. It's a brand new Alexa device. I'm sorry if I set off anybody's device, the Echo device, that works inside your shower head. This device allows you to go ahead and get your jams going while you're taking your shower. And while at first this sounded like a really stupid idea, the more I thought about it, it's genius. It really is.
Yeah. I almost broke it.
Excellent. Good job.
They had a whole bunch of heads, and how a shower head, a lot of times you like twist it to adjust it. So I looked at some that you twist to adjust and felt the different sprays and stuff like that. So I go up to this one and I reach up and I start to twist it, and because the speaker pops out the back too. If you look at the picture, it's like a cone and it goes in the middle of the shower head, and it comes out the back. I thought it was like a big fine mist spray. And so I went to twist it to turn it on, and this thing starts to slide out the front. And I'm like,
while the shower is spraying.
Yes, while the shower is spraying. So I'm like trying to keep it from falling and getting wet.
And the lady comes over and says, whoa, no. Here's one you can hold.
And I was like, yeah, that's what I wanted. Thanks.
So let me get this straight. At CES, they have showers that are spraying. Did they provide bath towels for you guys?
They did.
They did have some bath towels. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
They had a couple different Kohler had a couple different shower displays, including a couple bidet spray displays with plastic, and you go through all the functions. But but I will tell you the same thing that I told the lady. So this is an Echo device. Do you really want Amazon to know every time you're taking a shower?
And I said, they already know because I have an Echo device in my bathroom. How else am I going to listen to music?
And I said, nope.
I like the idea. I mean, like I said, I do have an Echo device in my bathroom because I like to be able to listen to music when I'm taking a shower, when I'm getting ready in the morning and stuff like that. And so I've got a pretty decent, I've got the first generation full Echo in there. And so it's got good sound. I like it. This would be cool because then you could hear it really nicely in the shower, and the audio would probably be a little better because you wouldn't have like the shower doors and stuff like that blocking the sound, coming directly from the source of the water and the noise. So I think that'd be good. I mean, I have a separate water closet for the toilet, so I'm not going to the bathroom in front of Alexa. So.
Now, Drew brings up a point that I wanted to ask her and I completely forgot, is how do you power it? Do you have to remember to take it out and charge it?
Okay.
And also, when are they going to come out with the Echo Show? For your shower.
At the Echo Show shower show.
In hell.
Hey, Echo, play Waterfalls.
Yeah, I mean, as I mentioned, it comes out very easily, right? Like, it's very easy to take off and take out. But you're right. If you forget to charge it, then you're in the shower without your tunes. And that's a sad day, right?
Yeah, that is a sad day. Well, I was thinking, maybe they had something that it literally took the water pressure and spun a turbine and kept it charged while you're
exactly what I was thinking.
That's what I think it should
That
do.
would work if you've got a large family. But if you're a single person and you don't always shower at home, like if you shower at the gym most of the time,
right,
or whatever, or at your other significant other's house or something like that, it may not work.
It would require a pretty significant amount of water pressure going through that to power the device actively. If it charged it, then you would require people to not be using it while they were showering. So, hey, this is only for daddy's use. Nobody else can use this. You all just have to power it.
Now, the other thing to note is the Moxie, as they're calling it. It's not, you can buy it separately. So you can like put it in your shower, even if you don't have this fancy Halo shower head. So you could still get one.
Well, I don't know. It seems like it makes a lot of sense to me. I'm super excited that this is an idea that I think makes a lot of sense. Well, the Bluetooth, Bluetooth waterproof speaker in your shower has already been there, and that it's basically it almost is that, just a little bit with an.
I mean,
Echo
and
inside,
I had a Bluetooth speaker in my shower before I had the Echo, but my problem with that was, as you're mentioning, I always forgot to charge it, and so then if I didn't take it off of the suction cups and go charge it, then I would be like, dang it. And then I'd take my shower and I'd forget to charge it. And so I'd go weeks without having music, and it always annoyed me. So you might have the same kind of problem with this, though it does say 6 to 7 hours of playback time, and it is cordless charging. So it's a little bit easier. No suction cups.
So I don't need to hire an electrician to run an outlet in my shower.
You never know. You might need that. Who knows? I don't know. But you know what I don't need?
Well, then you'd be able to dry your hair, though. So
that's a good point.
use your hair dryer in the shower.
While I'm showering.
Exactly. Yeah. That makes a lot of sense. It's half your time. You get two things done at the same time. Makes a lot of sense to me. I don't know what you're talking about. Hey, Samsung has a new TV. Actually, technically, it's one that they've had for a little while in Korea. This TV is called the Sero, and it rotates. That's right. It is a TV that will go from horizontal to vertical on its stand, or I believe possibly with a wall mount, automatically based on what you're watching.
Yeah, we looked at this. We played. Mike, they had it set up doing in like a conference call with another one elsewhere, and Mike was being a total jerk and not acknowledging the guy on the other end. Yeah, waving, and Mike's just.
I'm sitting here just like paying attention to the person I'm talking to, looking at the screen and stuff like that. He's like waving like mad, and I'm just like.
And I had to tell Mike, can you please acknowledge the poor guy?
Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking. Like, it just like, oh, there's a guy waving on the screen. Like somehow it just like totally dissociated with them being a person on the other side.
I mean, my understanding is it's built into that stand. Yeah. You can put with a push of the button, it's motorized.
Right.
Push button on the remote, it will change orientation.
Mm-hmm. Or you can actually, if you're using your phone, you can change orientation on your phone. It will automatically change orientation on the TV. So it allows you to share your phone, your Samsung phone. So if you have like a Samsung Galaxy S9 like I have, then you can share it to the screen, and then it'll keep oriented to the orientation of your phone and play what's on your phone on the screen. And then you can use either your phone to do stuff, to do like a conference call, or you can get like a third-party camera to attach that will actually attach to the screen, and then use that to do like conference calls, like what Clyde was mentioning.
Yeah. The one thing that really irritates me about this, and if I was at home, I would have driven home the point by going into my closet and pulling out my Hisense Zero 8 tablet. Zero is already a thing, a brand product from a competitor.
Right.
Why are they calling this a Zero? I know it's vertical or up in Korea or something like that, or in Korean. But yeah, that would be like LG putting out a Galaxy TV.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we have a story coming up that might shed some light on it, so maybe there's a reason for this happening. Just so you know. Hey, guys, there's been a lot of streaming devices out there that we've been looking at over the years. Things from the old original Roku devices, Chromecasts, and we now have the Apple TVs in the world and the Fire Sticks and things like that. Another device has now entered the field to take another shot at the crown. TiVo's $50 Stream 4K dongle is now not available for everybody. It's going to be available in the coming months, and hopefully by the time it launches, it will include many of the services that you love on it. As of right now, it looks like it's actually missing some.
I am rather intrigued by this.
Okay.
Because one thing.
Yes.
I absolutely love TiVo remotes. So you're saying I can do streaming TV like I do with my Roku, but with a TiVo remote?
So it's essentially a streaming service, much like those other devices, but it is still yet to come out. So they've got some early devices out into certain people for them to test with, but looks like it doesn't yet have a couple of the various things it needs. It looks like it has a button on the remote for the Google Assistant, so it might be an actual just an Android box in disguise.
Well, they've been talking about, they did talk about a couple. We talked a couple weeks back that TiVo was developing an Android TV box.
That must be it then.
And that was the one I had asked if that was the one that they were also developing for Comcast, because there was a TiVo and Android TV partnership for a box for Comcast. But this may be a product of that, or this may be something completely new. But
no, this device is Android powered, so yes, indeed.
Yep. So so basically, if I can get an Android TV and a TiVo remote, I might be interested.
Yep. Well, you might be able to get it
and
later
it's only
this year.
$50. Sure.
I'm sure they'll make hundreds of dollars.
I'm sure they will too. All right. Google has added a couple new options to their smart displays. In particular, they've added two kind of nice things. First one is sticky notes. This basically allows you to put a note on the screen that will remain on the screen until it is dismissed, which is nice for, hey, go do your homework when you get home, or don't forget to buy milk at the store kind of things. And also, you're able to put some speed dial numbers onto your device, which means you will be able to very quickly dial a number at a touch of the device. Leave it for the babysitter, a number to call grandma. That's kind of cool.
Cool.
There you go.
Who doesn't love sticky notes?
Is that only on the new device, or is that backwards compatible?
Excellent question. I do not know yet. I believe this is coming soon, so we'll find out.
I would assume, well, considering their smart devices don't date back too far, I would expect this to be on all of the existing ones.
Well, I have the larger Lenovo display in my kitchen, and I do not know if this is now available on that or will be available on that. But
that would be up to probably, because if it doesn't, it's because Lenovo chose not to.
True. For example, the nice display, the nice new display by the Home Max, which is available that they have, has the ability to pause the display by putting your hand up, that kind of thing. Mine doesn't have that, obviously, but that does have a couple of the features they did announce after it got released. Like during an alarm, all I have to say is stop for it to stop the alarm. Which it's I'm guessing it'll probably get these features, but we will have to wait and see.
Word.
Cool. All right. Hey, media, the Plex platform, that software which allows you to watch all your videos that you legally acquired, and and go ahead and...
You mean the thing I just deleted from my Roku yesterday?
What? You deleted it? Oh, man.
Never used it.
Oh, okay. It is. They've just announced that they're interested in providing subscription channels on their platform, very much like Apple TV provides you the option to purchase CBS and HBO through their system. Roku's doing the same thing, and a lot of the different companies are doing. The Amazon's been doing it for a while, so they want to be another place where you can go to get your media. Whoever you get it through, you can have it all in one interface. They have yet to actually announce any of these partnerships. They've just announced that they are looking forward to doing it and are making arrangements to have it happen. Drew Nelson asks, "Will Plex take a percentage of the fee? I'm sure that they will take a cut, but I am sure that you will have to pay the same amount."
Yeah, I don't think it matters. It'll from a subscriber standpoint, it'll break down to which is more convenient for you. What silo do you prefer to reside in?
Right.
Do it there. Yeah.
Which is an interesting place for it to go. I didn't think this is the way it would kind of shake out. You did decide your platform, but you still basically get all the same content based on what you pay for. It's actually not a bad way of going here. If this is the future of streaming TV, I'm okay with it.
I mean, that's that is true democratization of content.
The platform and content. That's good.
Yeah, because I'm not a real big fan of the Amazon ecosystem, but he is.
Right.
And so I can get my stuff from Roku or TiVo, and everybody's happy.
Indeed.
And the streaming services are happy, and everybody should be happy.
Very cool. All right, last story I have for today is Quibi's secret weapon. Hey guys, Quibi, you know that service that's supposed to be aimed at millennials, the one with the very short shows that, you know, will be really quick little thing. We've been kind of making fun of it because it didn't make a lot of sense. It wasn't very, you know, the idea didn't make a lot of sense to us, and also we knew that it was going to be vertical video on the Quibi platform. Two things. First thing, they finally announced what the pricing would be. There is a $5 tier with ads and an $8 tier without. That's per month. Okay, I think what you learn about that, I don't know yet. We'll have to see what kind of content actually appears on it. But their secret weapon is, hey, you know, they have a vertical video and they have the landscape video, both of them at the same time, and basically it's streaming both of those feeds to you simultaneously. If you take your device and change its orientation, it will immediately swip to their orientation for you as you're watching the show. If you ask me, this is genius. So what you're
Everything already does that.
Well, yes, but it is not for basically getting a specialized vertical feed that looks good on a vertical screen, and that's what Quibi is doing. They are actually providing you with two feeds: one with a wider view that gets more of the scene, one with a tighter view that actually captures what's important but zoomed in. So,
yeah, I mean the video that they show in the article is kind of interesting. The girl's running along, and you have it horizontal orientation. And you can see her running across a field, and then she stops right before she gets hit by a car, and then it shows her face. And if you flip vertical, then it takes it to where her face fills the screen. And so it's kind of like zooming in on her face,
right,
as opposed to having her face be, you know, a decent size, but on a horizontal screen where it's not that close to her face. It's interesting, but the challenge to me with something like this is you almost have to like either watch the show entirely in two versions, or there needs to be some sort of guide. And I haven't seen anything, but like how do I know when I should turn horizontal or vertical to get the best viewing experience? Or should I pause it and
I think the trick,
the scene?
I think the trick there is because it's a short feature, right? So
yeah, you can watch it twice.
They're only like 10 minutes.
It's because it's only 10 minutes, right? I mean, at least that's my guess at it. You know, I'm not 100% sure about that, but that would be my guess.
And after
the implementation of way they do this is good. I mean, you can. I mean, just like Clyde was demonstrating. I mean, you've been able to do this already, but their implementation is a little different than what we did before.
Now, after that brilliant exposition from Mike, can I just point out that this morning he said there is a Quibi keynote, whatever that is.
Yeah.
Excellent. Excellent.
As the article mentions, Quibi had a keynote this morning at 9:30, and about 9:27, I was like, oh, the Quibi keynote's in 3 minutes. Guess we'll miss that because we were still here. Yeah.
I had to explain to him what it was.
And then I was like, oh yeah, I guess I remember us talking about that in the past, but it was, and we all kind of dismissed it because it did seem kind of pointless and ridiculous. I mean, I think that there's potential here, whether or not there is decent execution, because now you add an entirely different element to the production of those 10-minute shots. And
right.
So now in order to get a good 10-minute video, took you X amount of production time. Now it's basically going to take you 2X. I mean, you're going to have to basically do 2 full productions of your film, one that's designed for vertical and one that's designed for horizontal. Doubling the production time is either going to decrease quality or decrease quantity of content. So I feel like it's potentially problematic. You're probably going to get a lot of content that doesn't have a compelling alternate view, right, or you're just not going to have very much good content.
Go ahead.
I'm not too sure, because I mean, okay, so you're watching it on a handheld device, right? So does it have to be 4K on a handheld device?
Or your Zero TV that can be switched to the side for you. Okay, back to you. Go ahead.
My screen is 4K.
But I don't know. I mean, to me, the bigger question here is, okay, I'm a baby boomer. I'm not a millennial. But to me, to pay $5 a month for 10-minute shows, it doesn't sound too appealing to me. But, it is interesting. It would be something that maybe I would try it out for a month to see if I would like it. Right.
Yeah.
But just from face value of me looking at it, it doesn't seem like it would be a good value proposition. But, hey, for $5 a month, why not try it out? Right.
Yeah. I'll give it a try, probably just because I find it interesting. I'm skeptical as to how likely they are to produce a good amount of quality content that utilizes this amazing, unique magic feature.
Okay, yeah, I think that we're thinking too much about the production here. I think it's just like Clyde suggested. They're going to just have 2 crops of the film, one widescreen crop and one vertical crop. I think they're going to have the 2 crops not because you should be switching between the 2 to get the 2 different points of view, but because some people just like watching videos in vertical because they're doing something else, I don't know. And some people like the big widescreen because they got a big widescreen TV, and that's great. But I do agree the problem here is not that. Actually, I think that's a cool little niche that they could possibly, get something started with. My problem is the price of $5 or $8 for ads or ad-free. That's expensive for 10-minute videos. They have to provide a lot of really good 10-minute videos for me to be interested at that rate. Because if they just have some and they're okay, I'll watch them quickly and be done. We're like, okay, that wasn't worth it, and it won't last. It'll be a flash in the pan, and so they need to really up their game in making videos. Essentially, this has to be a lot of good content.
It's all about the content, the quality and quantity, and that's what I was getting at with production time. And yeah, even if it is just crops, it still takes a lot of time to run a different crop of a full video. But for me, I pay that much money for a lot of different solutions right now, and it's not always about just how much of that content I'm going to consume, but if I feel like it's worth the value. So I've basically, you've heard everything that I've watched on Disney Plus, but I'm perfectly content with having paid probably like $140 for the next 4 years of Disney Plus. And, I pay DTNS and Cord Killers and Modern Rogue and stuff like that. I give them all a fair amount of money each month that, some of them is as much as $10 a month or whatever. So, and they're not producing that much content.
Right. It's true.
So I'm okay with it.
Okay. We'll see. I don't know. Seems for like a big thing like this, it might feel a little short to me, but that's me personally.
It's worth trying, but would it be worth subscribing long term?
Yeah, and here's the thing. That statement right there is a gigantic improvement over how we felt over it previously. It's worth trying. Yeah. But until now, we're like, what are they doing? This looks like it's going to die on on launch.
Well, I mean, my philosophy has always been, I believe there are people that will, there is a target demographic that will probably enjoy it. I'm just not part of it.
Yeah.
I don't want to watch content on my mobile device. I actually dread when I have to do that.
Yeah, that's true. Most people do dread that. That's why I'm glad it has both, quite frankly. You have the widescreen as well. So, but there are none of us are of those types, but there are those types who really enjoy watching their videos like this. So, all right. Well, that is the news for this week, guys. I would like to take the moment here to thank our patrons. You know who makes this show possible? Us. Thus four. Mostly us. But you know who actually makes this show, a lot of fun? you, our viewers, the guys who take the time to spend a little bit of time watching our show, commenting, giving us a good feedback, giving us hilarious feedback, giving us some negative feedback sometimes. That's okay. You guys make this show rock, and we appreciate you guys so much. We also appreciate is that if you feel like that we actually provide any kind of value for you, you can go to patreon.com/thevodsquad and provide some a little bit of money for us to do things like, I don't know, send these two yonks over to CES. So
someday, hopefully, they can send us. We do this on our own dime.
I know that.
I would prefer not to do it on my own dime.
But I'm guessing that we've actually made enough to at least pay for a couple lunches for you guys. So that's something, if nothing at all. And we appreciate that very much so. So thank you very much. If you'd like, you can support us at patreon.com/thevodsquad. And with that, we're going to go and do the movie draft minute. And I'm hoping that I can do this so we can hear the audio. Otherwise, we're going to have to do this transition twice. All right, here we go.
Welcome to your Red Thing Movie Draft Minute, presented by DiamondClub.tv for the week of January 6, 2020. I'm your host, Big Voice Jay.
No.
I once gambled my car in Vegas. The Hearts people were furious. Good times. Let's go to the scoreboard. Team Geek.io's in last place with $231.3 million. Team Mixtape is in fifth place with $338.9 million. Team BNS is in fourth place with $458.5 million. Team Game Night is in third place with $510.3 million. Team Movie Party is in second place with $531.8 million. And slightly edging them out with $544.2 million. And in first place, it's Team Vod Squad. That's your Stream Team Movie Draft Minute. For up-to-date listings, follow Stream Team Draft on Twitter.
All right. Actually, I think that I think Big Voice Jay might have messed up some of those titles in there, unfortunately.
I'm in first place.
Yeah. Right now, the person in 1st place,
number one.
According to
the guy above me
is going down.
Boo.
Big Voice Jay mixed up the order there. He put Vod Squad in first place, edging out the Movie Party. Yeah, I think he just messed up the order of the people on there. So
that's okay. I was actually pleasantly surprised when we started the show and I opened up the doc and I went, wait, okay, there must be some numbers missing from the doc. And I looked and I went, oh, okay.
You are currently
this means there is a chance that Game Night will probably take first place, but I don't think you guys are going to regain second.
No, we're not going to regain second, and we're probably going to be bumped down to third very soon, unfortunately.
Well, that's what I'm saying. When Game Night goes to first,
right,
I'll be in second.
Yep.
And then I don't think you guys will be able to catch up.
And I think that will be the final order of things. The only things that will be left will be the Voyage of Dr. Dolittle, which is going to push them, and Geek.io needs Bad Boys for Life to make $300 million, and they're in this game, guys. Yeah. Who knows?
There's nothing to say that it won't.
That's true. All right. Well,
one thing I'll say about this season here, I mean, this is probably the most competitive we've ever had, that I can remember. I mean, you look at the top.
Well, during the winter, definitely.
Yeah. I mean, it's very competitive. We got 4 teams that's in the thick of it there.
Yeah, and this has been an amazing season this year. I'm really happy with our results, even though basically we had one very good performer, and that's what carried us.
Yeah, and when the buzz gets out about cats, we should catch back up.
I hear if you watch it high, it's really good.
It's hard to even say that with a straight face.
We might make it to 30 million in that movie.
So is Cats doing really well in Colorado, California, and Nevada?
In Washington State? I don't know.
Washington?
all sales for cats have occurred in those states.
And I believe January 1st, Illinois is now a cannabis-free state. So
Cannabis-free?
as in you can.
Hasn't it always been cannabis-free?
No, I mean you can now. So
recreational cannabis has been legalized there.
So it's now a cannabis.
Yes.
Cannabis enabled.
Enabled. That's a better word. I like it.
If Bad Boys 4 makes 300 million, I will walk to Las Vegas next week.
Excellent. I somehow suddenly I want that to happen. So okay.
I am now rooting for it.
I'm gonna go buy a ticket.
I'm gonna buy as many tickets to Bad Boys for Life as possible.
All right.
I may never even watch it.
All right. Well, I think we need to go ahead and move on to rants and raves. All right. I want to know, what do you guys have for rants and raves this week?
I will say, of all the years that I've been coming to CES, one of the coolest things is when you're at a booth and you realize you know the person at that booth somehow.
Nice.
Maybe not personally, but today we were outside of was it Magnavox, or it was one of the less popular TV brands, but they had a Roku demonstration, and the guy that was there was one of the Roku, or was a Roku employee.
Mm-hmm.
And then he said, yeah, we're the engineers, we're the ones that created this, so we're doing the demonstration. And then I looked at the name and I was like, the name sounds very familiar. What's that?
It was Westinghouse.
Oh, it's Westinghouse. You're right.
Okay.
And I asked him, I said, are you involved in the Roku betas? He said, he got very surprised and he says, yes, I am. He said, are you a beta tester? So we talked a little bit. So it's like, I know his name. I know his name from emails and forum posts and stuff like that, but it was cool to put a face to a name.
Well, I was hoping that you guys have gone to CES long enough that people were like, "Hey, Clyde, Mike, hey, how you doing? It's good to see you."
A few years ago, it was that way with Hisense, because Hisense, when they were doing Google TV, pre-Android TV,
mm-hmm.
I was there pestering them every year. But it was there was only like one person from Hisense, because it was such a small company, and that one of the actual engineers was there. The first year, he and I had talked for 2 hours about it. So then when I came through the booth the next year, he was there, and it was like, hey, you.
Nice.
But it's been 5 years, and I don't think he's with the company anymore.
Oh, it's too bad. What about you, Mike? Got anything going on?
There were a couple of things at CES that caught my eye. As normal stuff. I've not been keeping up on.
Was it the sex toys?
I saw some of those.
Oh,
they definitely caught my eye. Because wait, what are those? Those are now in the health devices.
Yeah, the one lady that Clyde asked, "What are you guys doing here?" Well, we're going to be giving away sexual wellness devices.
Oh. I said, what do we spin for?
Yeah. Oh, yes, that's right.
They had come back. They had a
spinny wheel to win sexual wellness devices.
Oh no, Clyde! Is he going? No, no, Clyde, no. Oh boy! Should I cut the black?
I don't know what it does, but it's a toy.
No, it's a sexual wellness device.
Oh, sorry.
It's a health thing.
I'm sorry. And
your sexual health is a part of your health overall. This is the mantra that they are spouting. And in fact, she actually said, we built an app this year that syncs with information so that we could be here. That was literally their reason for building the app, was so that they could be a technology that would justify them being at CES. And there were a few that had gone similar routes, because apparently in years past, like the first year I came, they had like a little section for it.
Mm-hmm.
They took that away the last 2 years. But now there's more.
In the past, it was kind of funny, because if there was something in this market, it was in a corner of the automotive wing, like next to the phone cases, which was weird, going along looking at phone cases and cell phone holders and, internet connected stuff. Oh, what do you do? Oh, you do that with that.
Yeah. Anyways, that was not my highlight that I was going to talk about. Thank you, Clyde.
Move on.
Okay.
I really liked there were two things that kind of stood out to me. One was this new technology called Gravity by a company, Facero or something like that. Honestly, I can't remember their company name, but basically the idea is that they're coming out with an app that you can control on your phone, and they did a demo of it, and it syncs things across your entire house. So they're working to get in with TV manufacturers and speaker manufacturers and stuff like that will allow you to basically say, okay, I want to watch Disney Plus on this TV and this TV, and I want to listen to music on these 4 speakers
At the same time. And you can do a conference call on your laptop.
Yeah, and I'll do a conference call on this device. Cool. And in this room. And so you can control all of that from one place and share, kind of like the hopper, right? Like you can watch the same video in multiple rooms, and you can switch which room's playing the video and stuff like that. So I thought that was really cool and really interesting. They're wanting to get into devices. They said that the app will be ready like Q2, Q3 of this year, but they don't have any devices they're integrated with. They said that their fallback is to build like a Raspberry Pi based dongle type device that would be able to connect to Wi-Fi and just plug into HDMI. And so it would be similar to like a Roku, but it would be specifically to stream over this application and stuff. So it's interesting. They've got some experience with hardware, and they've got a pretty cool and pretty interesting app. It sounds like it would be fun for a nice smart home that's a well-connected house. So I thought that was cool.
That's the company out of Superior. Yeah. I spent a lot of time there, because the one dude that works there is from Duluth. Yeah. And then the other guy that was there grew up where I did. So
yeah. So that was cool. The other thing that stood out to me quite a bit was there's a virtual boxing machine. Mm-hmm. And basically the idea is that the punching bag moves, so it can try to dodge your blows and your strikes. Cool. And then there were two different things that I got to try. One where you put on VR or AR goggles, and you can see the punching bag, but you can also see a person that's punching at you and attacking you and trying to box with you. Now, it's still got a little bit of work, in my opinion, to be really super compelling, because you can't like dodge. You can't like evade, right? Mm-hmm. You can only step. It's all based on distance. So if you're close, you get hit. If you're out of reach, he can't hit you. So
but you can't hit him.
But you can't hit him, of course, because you can't hit the bag. And the strikes are based on pressure to the bag. So it detects how hard you hit and whether you hit it and how frequently and fast you hit it. And so you get scored based on that. And that was really, really interesting. I think like I said, there's some more work to be done, because without being able to dodge the punches and stuff, or block the punches. That I found that a little bit difficult. A lot more cardio because you always are changing your distance. Otherwise, you're going to get hit. So it was a good cardio workout. The other one, you took off the AR glasses, which I actually thought was better because the problem with the AR is that it kind of superimposes the 3D figure in front of or in the punching bag.
Right.
But it never quite synced up. So you never quite felt like you were punching the guy. You kind of had to look for the punching bag to hit rather than the virtual guy that you were boxing with. So that was a little bit of a disconnect, and it just kind of broke the experience. And so, if the experience isn't 100% true, to me, it's better to take it away entirely. And so that's what they had on the other side, which was a training solution. And it was just on the TV behind it. So there was a TV back there that you used to guide you. And it had training programs, and there was a zombie thing where you fought a zombie in a ring and it detected your distance. And this one was more interesting because it had the zombie would have a knife. And so you definitely wanted to control the distance there, right? You don't want to try to block a knife. So you control the distance, you go in and you punch the zombie. And after you get a bunch of damage, then you get to do a knockout blow and take it out. And I was
gonna say, do you want to show them what the result was?
Yeah, that's why I've been wearing this, because I may have punched with my pinky and kind of jammed in my whole wrist pretty good.
That's no
jammed in.
But I knocked the hell out of that zombie, so I'm okay with that.
My only question is, during this virtual boxing match, do you have the option to play King Hippo? Come on, that would have been great.
I did get video of him doing the one, so
nice.
If I get his permission, I can throw it up on the Discord.
Yeah, I mean, I look like an idiot, but it's fun, so I'm okay
that's fine
with being an idiot. I mean, I'm on this show.
That's true. You are
making a fool of myself every Wednesday night. So
you're fine, Mike. Don't worry about it.
Glad to hear you hurt yourself on the boxing device rather than the sexual device.
I'm sticking to that story.
Hey,
there is an unspoken rule that anything gained from the adult health area will stay packaged and until we return home.
Hey, you know what? I think that is a very good rule. I agree. That's a very good rule. Hey, Jimmy.
No shame. Just I prefer not to know, and
it's fair enough.
Sure you feel the same way.
Hey, Jimmy, you get any shows in this last couple of weeks?
Yeah, with my daughter getting married. No, not much, but we had family in this, the last couple of weeks, and my brother-in-law was in town, and he's kind of a nerd the same as me, and he made mention of this one movie called They Live, right, that I had never seen before. And so he and I sat down and watched that. And Clyde, I think that would be a movie excellent for movie night for you. You should look that one up, called They Live.
Well, that's the name of this thing, apparently.
They Live?
Right.
Oh. Okay.
But yeah, it's a sci-fi movie. I think it was made in '88 or something like that. It stars
John Carpenter and Roddy Piper.
Yeah, Rodney Piper, right. So the wrestler, right? So
yes.
So that's so yeah, it pretty bad movie, but if you're a nerd, you kind of enjoy it a little bit, right? Because it is science fiction. So did see that one. So Clyde, if you haven't picked that one for movie night, I think that might be a good.
It's on the list. It is definitely on the list.
Okay, excellent. All right. Well, so my last couple of weeks have been crazy with family coming over, and then more family coming over, and then this last weekend, the wife and I said, "Okay, we're going to put the tree away." We didn't get the tree put away. We instead watched TV all weekend long, which is not something we usually do. First day, I just decided I'm going to go ahead and get back on the bandwagon, and I was watching My Hero Academia. Really, I'm in the middle of season 2 now. It's really good. There are 4 seasons.
4 is airing right now. That's what I'm watching.
I am totally enjoying it.
You got time to catch up.
I know. And I got sucked in literally, I watched it all day, and I found a spot to end it when I'm just about bedtime. It's like, okay, stop here again. Otherwise, I will waste away watching more of it until it's all done, and then I will want to watch more, and I can't. Then the wife and I also sat down and watched all of season 3 of Marvelous Miss Maisel, which was excellent. That show is amazing. I really enjoyed it very much so. If you haven't got the chance to see that, I do recommend it. And last but not least, I did finally finish The Mandalorian, the last 2 episodes that I had neglected to watch until recently. It also ended on a really interesting note. That last episode was good, yet felt weirdly rushed in a way, but it was good. Big spoilers of different cool things happening at the end there. And yes, the right at the beginning of the second to last episode is the part where these 2 stormtroopers on speeder bikes.
Oh, it's the last episode.
Is it the last one? Wait, it's the last.
Yeah,
the second part.
Last episode.
That part. That is the best. That was the best scene, I think, of the whole season, possibly.
I honestly,
you just want to look at it.
They intended to give a nod to Red versus Blue because it was Red versus Blue, just stormtroopers, not Halo.
Yeah, it was hilarious. I loved that moment there too. Yeah,
Drew's asking for no spoilers. No spoilers. We won't spoil a thing. You will have to watch it and enjoy it yourself. The beginning section is a bit of comedy of that last, and it is absolutely hilarious. I enjoyed it very much so. So please enjoy it. That's all that I will say. Other than that. Busy at work now. We're back and doing the things there. Yeah, back to the grind, guys. That's it for me. All right.
One thing I have to mention before we go, because I have not been on the show the last couple of weeks.
Yep.
I have not mentioned Rise of Skywalker.
Oh yeah. Tell me what you
heard. That movie was terrible.
I will give my review. I'm going to call it a rave. I liked it. That puts me at odds with a lot of people, but I liked it a lot. My daughter came out of it saying it was the best movie she had ever seen ever, and said, I'm so glad that I now get to take my mom to go see it and see it a second time in theaters. Which we all went and saw it again in theaters, and I actually liked it better the second time. So
I have a theory. My theory is that if you liked The Last Jedi, you hated the Rise of Skywalker. If you didn't like The Last Jedi, you'll like The Rise of Skywalker. So far, my theory has been fairly accurate. Did you like The Last Jedi?
I did not particularly like The Last Jedi. Okay, so. I did particularly like this. My friend particularly liked The Last Jedi and particularly disliked this. So
I think that's
people to confirm your thing. And my daughter liked The Last Jedi, but she didn't like it nearly as much as The force awakens. And so by comparison, it was one of her least liked Star Wars movies, but she loves everything Star Wars. So she did like it.
Okay.
So yeah, I mean, I think that's a fairly reasonable assumption that if you are a Star Wars fan and you didn't like The Last Jedi, you will probably like this more than The Last Jedi, at least. Maybe actually full on like it, though. I would say that, like anything Star Wars at this point in time, there's a fair amount of potential for fans to be frustrated because you're dealing with 40 years of fandom.
Sure.
And people are going to be put off and frustrated and upset about. Some people, a large amount of people, will be frustrated with whatever you do because you're not treating the characters the way they envisioned it and the way they thought it should be, the way they told that story in their minds over the last 40 years, or even just 6 years, right, since Force Awakens came out. So, yeah, I enjoyed it.
So, all I have to say is that it's Star Wars. It's just a movie. If you didn't like it or you did like it, hopefully you had fun watching it nonetheless. I'm in a way very happy the Skywalker saga is over. It's essentially.
Did you like Last Jedi?
It only took 40 years.
Yeah,
Literally. It came out the year before I was born. I am 41.
Yeah, I know. Me too. I did like The Last Jedi. I did like The Last Jedi.
Didn't like it.
So I did not like this. And sometime in the future, when we do a spoiler show on this, which isn't today, I would love to knock some holes into why you shouldn't like that movie, but not right now.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's just, it's just what it is. Movies are movies, whatever. All right, guys. We're going to call it there. Thank you very much for spending some time with us. We appreciate it. We hope that you will come back next week, same time. What do you guys say? Usually 9 p.m. Central is what you usually say?
The only time zone that matters.
Pacific.
Central.
Pacific.
Central.
Pacific.
Eastern.
Central.
Eastern.
Well, we can do this at.
Hey, join us next Wednesday. We'll all be back in our respective correct places. 9 p.m. Central, Twitch TV.
I thought it was right. Yep, Twitch TV. And we'll hope to see you guys then. Thanks, everybody. See you later. Bye.
Bye.
Diamond Club hopes you have enjoyed this program.